Hello, hello, hello. Hi, hi, hi. How are you? How are you? It is raining and miserable here. I know, who is it that I see? Nina said it is raining in Northwest Louisiana. You are not alone, Nina. It is pouring and it looks like it's like 11 p.m. at night. It's dark and rainy and I would like, I'd like to take a nap here. That'd be lovely, wouldn't it? Uh-huh. So, just in case we haven't met yet, my name is Chris Acton with Acton Creative, and this is Live at the Loom. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're so glad you're here. By the way, I think the award for the earliest comment goes to Carrie, who popped on 2 hours ago and said she couldn't be here. She would miss us and that she was doing stuff with the family. So, Carrie, we're going to miss you. Have a good time with your family. Ernie popped in for just a moment. I'm not sure where Ernie is. I know he popped into our October Weave Along Facebook group to say that he was out and about. He's always out and about, which I love that. Gemma is on. Hello, Gemma. Congratulations about your nephew, by the way. Her nephew made the Olympic team. Gemma, remind us what sport is that he's doing the Olympic team for? That's awesome. Connie has enough meat to feed all the carnivores at her house. She said she just had 35 pounds of ground beef delivered. That's serious. That's serious ground beef. Yes, get it in the freezer, Connie. Let's see who else popped in. Like I said, Nina is here. Anne is here. Christine is here. Hello, Christine. Christine made the comment that she tried to squeeze a third towel out of the October Weave Along kit, and it didn't quite cut it. Christine, did you have? Is it the same width? Is it that 12-inch width, and there wasn't enough? I know we try to keep it we try to keep the quantities of yarns for the Weave Along kind of on the slim side so that you don't have a ton left and you're not paying for a ton more than just the project. So I am not surprised, but let me know more about that. Let's see. Alex is here. Hello, Alex. Jody is here. Speaking of cotton clouds, we love us some cotton clouds. Lillian is here. Hello, Lillian. How are you? Oh, Gemma said that for gymnastics, for Switzerland. That is crazy. We will be so excited to watch him. It's next summer, right? Next, is that July, August, somewhere in there? Gemma, keep us posted. That'd be awesome. Sherry is on. Hello to my friends in Iowa. And then Peggy's on. Hello from Illinois, my neighbor to the west. That is awesome. Hello, hello, hello. How is everyone? How is your week going? What is happening? Hello, Apple. First time. Yay. Usually sleeping this time, but insomnia has got me turned around. Okay, Apple, what time is it where you are so we can commiserate? Because that's just no fun. Welcome. We're so glad you're here. Yay. Maureen is on. Excellent. Maureen says, beautiful day for staying inside and weaving. Maureen has my weather. You know it. You know, Maureen. Yes. Yeah, Gemma says the Olympics will be next summer in Paris. Woo. Field trip. Let's see. Christine says, tried to keep it to the width, but now I may try to add another inch or two in the width after I check my math. Yeah. Christine, yes. Keep us posted. Oh, we're going to talk about math today. That's for sure. Hello, Anna. Anna Julian. I like that. I'm a novice and watching your episodes from the beginning. Well, welcome, my friend. If you need any help, we're here for you. Just reach out. If I can't help you, I have a whole community that can drop in to do that. Oh, look at this. Sam says, speaking of dropping in, she says, drop in and say hi. I need to leave early, take my very old cat to the vet. Sam, we know about very old pets. We had a long-haired miniature Dachshund that lived to be 17. Pete. Pete. Yes. So we know about old pets. Yes. Take care of that one, would you? She says it's probably not too early for most. 7:30. Oh, you're in Vancouver. Oh, nice. I have family in Vancouver, so I have a soft spot for that part of the country for sure. 7:30. Depends on what kind of person you are. If that could be very early. For me, not so much. But if you ask me to do anything after 9 p.m., I'm like, nope, I'm out. That's not possible. Connie says, not much weaving today. Have to work on sweet pickles and cucumbers before I can play. Getting those chores done, are ya? Lillian says her cotton scarf is off the loom and in the dryer right now. Yarn for the October Weave Along arriving tomorrow. Woohoo! Oh, Lillian, we're so excited for you. Lillian, let us know which color combination you chose. We might as well slide right into that, right? October Weave Along, if you are new to us and the community, the October Weave Along just started. You have plenty of time. Come join us. Oh, wait. Let me use my fancy Let me use my fancy technology. Look at that. I'm getting good. See? Practice, lots of practice. Yes, yeah. So here is the link to find everything you need to find about the October Weave Along, right? You're welcome to do a little screen grab right here so you can get the link. It's right there along the bottom. And better yet, if you do some Facebook, here I'm going to switch it. Just look for October Weave Along, OWAL 2023 in the Facebook group and come join us there. So yeah, and what I like to say about the Weave Along is that of course the idea is to hopefully start and finish a project in the month of October. However, we're all grown-ups, we're all grown-ass adults, so you do the project when you can. It is the community, it's really about the community. It's, of course, I want you to try a new project, that kind of stuff. However, the community, that's where the sweet spot is, whether you do the project or not. So let me jump back here. There we go. Anna says she's in Calgary, where it's now 8:30. Love that. Oh, here we go. We're making all kinds of connections. Okay, my tea is really, really hot this morning. I like took it out of the microwave, like came down here, pushed the button, and my mug got really hot. It happens, you know. It's hard being a tea drinker. No, it's not. No, that's totally a lie. Here we go. Alex got the fall colors, but she's going to dye the champagne a rust color. Ooh, yes. Thank you, Alex. Thank you for keeping me on track. Reeling me back in. For the October Weave Along, my project is in pink and brown for Breast Cancer Awareness Month. However, the lovely Jody put together 3 other options for you. So I think it's, correct me if I'm wrong, you guys, but there should be a blue and brown, which if I was to do it again, I'd totally do blue and brown. There's a green and gold. Is that right? Green and gold. And then there is a neutral, which is all like variations of grays and neutral colors. So let me know what colors you're going with, because I think that's actually the prompt this morning for the Facebook group is what colors. There we go. Oh, Dawn is here. Hello, Dawn. We're so glad you're here. Oh, and Tanya is here. Speaking of pets, good morning from Barking Central. Tanya, how old is your little one now? Is this 6 months, 8 months? How old is your puppy? Yes, we were just talking about sweet family pets. Yes. So October Weave Along, the Facebook group is going great. Here's what I think is so fun about each Weave Along is that each kind of variation, we do one in October and one in April, is that the community always has a slightly different personality, which I think is fantastic. And I look forward to it so much because you have different people that are available to participate and some that are more active than others, whatever it is. But every group has its own kind of personality, which I love because you never know what you're going to find. We're already learning a ton in the Facebook group. Let me tell you, there's been lots of great posts. Everyone's been really active this time, which has been, I love it. It's just wonderful. You guys let me know how it's going for you, but from my side of the screen, it's going fantastic. Yes. Hello, Jan, you're here from Ontario. We're so glad you're here. Welcome. Lillian says the colors for her are the golden, yellow, and cream. Oh, I ordered a worsted weight cotton. I want to see what is going where easily. Excellent. So it's a bigger worsted weight cotton. It's going to be probably a bigger size yarn. I don't blame you, Lillian. That's the 8-2. It could be kind of fine. Tanya says Peppa. Oh, Peppa's 8 months. There are birds and children and people leaving for work. All fun to bark at. Yes. Art was, you can imagine, our Dotson, he was a barker. He would talk to you a lot. So I understand that. Yes. You don't have to order the yarn for the kit. You can use whatever yarn you have. You absolutely can. The only parameters are it has to include a little bit of shadow weave somewhere in the project. It has to have shadow weave. That's it. So let me know how the weave along is going for you. It is week 1. We've just started. Sunday was the official first day because it was October 1st. And so this week, we're prepping, we're getting ready, we're making a plan, we're running some numbers, we're pulling together materials. So we're right at the beginning. If you haven't joined us yet, you're thinking, this sounds kind of good. Just come on over here. I'll put up the, look at me. Look at that. I'll do it one more time. Look at this. See, I could get a little, technology drunk here on the power. No, it's not. It'll get annoying in just a moment. I know. I'll take it down. But that is where you need to go for all of the details. It has all the links, all the things you need to know for the Weave Along. As a matter of fact, I think when you go to my website, on the very first page, there's like a big pop-up that's like, welcome to the Weave Along. We tried to make it really obvious this time. So yes, that is the plan. Jody popped in. She is she's our yarn connection. She said she should also mention that I can make up special order kits with your own color choices. I did that for someone yesterday and it was fun. Excellent. Thank you, Jody. So did you guys catch that? You know, we've got basically the 4 color combinations that come, like when you go to Cotton Clouds and look up the October Weave Along, there's all those combinations there. However, if you reach out to Jody and you want those amounts, because I think it's, I don't know, it's 4-ish, 3-4 ounces of each of the colors. There's 4 colors. She can, she'll customize things for you because Jody is awesome. All you have to do is ask and Jody will bend over backwards. She is that person. So do not be afraid. Jody's very friendly. Everyone, Jody, everyone. She's lovely. Don't be afraid to reach out to Jody at Cotton Clouds and she will fix you up. Oh, Jennifer Fowler made it this morning. Hello. Hello. Dawn says, I'm having lots of fun in the Weave Along. This is my first one, so I didn't know what to expect. I'm doing green and white, and the stripe is black and purple. Woo, very Halloween vibe. I like that. Dawn, that is fantastic. Dawn, were you the one who was having color paralysis the other day? I love that. That's part of the fun, I think, of the Weave Along, is that you get to see everyone's personalities and they chime in when they get stuck or need help or whatever. It is just a blast. By the way, totally off the record, about an hour before, well, no, I should clarify, from 7 to 8 in the morning, my time, I always have a weekly Zoom call. And I'm sitting there and I had just gotten settled and some kind of beetle, something, cockroach. We don't really have cockroaches here, but some kind of beetle thing that was like this big dropped from the ceiling. It didn't land on me, but it landed like right next to my book. And I'm still a little wigged out. I am not embarrassed to say that I squealed like a little girl when it happened. I was not expecting things to fall out of the ceiling. Nope. No, I don't know. Thank you. I don't need any of that. So I know it is bug season, so I shouldn't be surprised, but let's just say that it got my adrenaline going very early this morning. I was like, okay, I'm awake. Let me go smash some bugs. I don't really like to smash the bugs. However, here's the arrangement. If you get in my personal space, that is just going to happen. I'm so sorry. That is just, yeah. So, all right, you guys, let me know how your projects are going. A couple of you have chimed in. Oh, yeah, thank you. Sherry, thank you so much. So my bookshelves look great. So if you joined us last week, you saw that my bookshelves were mostly empty. I am slowly trying to organize things and put things back. Thank you, my friend. Here's what cracked me up last week is that I made a comment at the very beginning of Live at the Loom, but I had people that joined us later, and every so often, about every, I don't know, 15 minutes, someone would be like, wait, what's wrong with your shelves? Where's your yarn? Yeah, see? Exactly. Alex says, wasn't that stash behind you a lot empty last week? Stash buster. Wow, that would be an intense stash buster, by the way, if I could clear out that much. That'd be a lot. I'll have to see. What I did was I pulled out, because I have some that are like, they gotta be like 5 pounds, like tubes. And so I pulled those out. And I'm playing with what to do with those because, a 5-pound tube is going to take up like a whole block. So I was like, there's got to be a better way to do this. So stay tuned. I'll tell you about my yarn inventory organization adventures. I will tell you about that. Yes. Yeah. Jody says, I know what you mean about creepy bugs. No, she had a scorpion on her wall. Jody's in Arizona. No, I'm so sorry. I don't know if I could live somewhere with scorpions. I don't know. It's bad enough to have weird little beetle things, but no, Jody, you're a brave woman. Okay, how do you carefully extract a scorpion? How do you get that out of your house? That sucker will sting you, right? That seems bad. Okay, Jody, we need to know more about that. So let me know about your projects. How are things going? I'm getting ready to share with you the Rose Path project, and believe me, you came on a very good day because the Rose Path project, we have a lot to talk about. You saw me working it on the loom forever and ever and ever. So it just came through the washer and dryer. Yeah. Just wait. It is coming. Gemma says, no spiders for me. Yeah. Gemma, here's what's been fun is that, I'm a farmer these days. So this time of year, the spiders are like working overtime. So I go out in the garden and I must look like a lunatic because I have like my little basket or my scissors or something in front of me. I'm like swiping to take away the webs because, oh yeah, here we go. Jody says, here's how to deal with a scorpion. Smash it, scream, then run. I like that. I would probably reverse it. I would probably scream first and then. How big do they get? Yeah, no. Oh, no. No. Oh, Shannon, you're not late to the party. Hello, Shannon. We're glad you're here. You just drop in whenever. We usually go for about 45 minutes. Here's what I was cracking up. I was telling someone about Live at the Loom the other day, and I was saying, it's about 45 minutes these days because it used to be in the very beginning. If I made it to 30 minutes, that was good. Like 27 minutes was really my max. And then we started to expand to get bigger, and now we easily go to 45 minutes usually. So you got time. Just drop in whenever you can. Go do whatever life demands of you, and then pop back in when you can. Yeah, no worries. No worries. Gemma says, fine if they're outside, but they're inside, no go. Right? That seems fair. Just stay on your side of the property line. I like that. Yeah. Peggy says I was making the bed and there was an earwig. I quit gradually to get it and it was gone. I still haven't found it. Oh no, like you didn't get it. Oh, Peggy. Oh, see, that is the stuff of nightmares right there. Do you guys know what earwigs are? They're just nasty. It's kind of centipede-ish, isn't it, Peggy? Correct me if I'm wrong. Okay, Apple chimed in, says, is Rose Path an overshot or a twill pattern? Whatever it is, I like it. I would call it a twill. Because you don't need wait, let me think about that. Apple, I'm going to come back to you. We're going to pull it out in just a moment. Yes. Hello, Marky. I went back to my office and found a snake. Nope. Nope. No, Marky. I don't like that one bit. Alex says I really hate earwigs. Yeah, Gemma. See, we're all like, earwigs are, there's a certain kind of hierarchy of how gross bugs and critters are, and earwigs are pretty near the top. They're pretty nasty. Okay, Peggy, we're going to be worried about you. Please make sure that your bed is earwig free before you get in, because we're gonna be concerned. Okay, so projects. Let me know. How are things? How are things happening? I have a new project on the Loom, and I'll show you a glimpse of it. We're not going to do a deep dive because I'm still sorting it out. I just started, but today we have to talk about Rose Path. We have to talk about the other projects on the Loom. Yeah. Apple says it's not a fun topic for my first live stream. Just saying. Don't worry. We'll move off of it. I promise. We'll get to the weaving stuff soon. Yeah. Peggy says it has big pinchers on the wrong end. I sat on one on the toilet. Nope. Oh, it bit you. Peggy. No. Okay. Oh. Lillian says Zora, her cat, keeps all the bugs away. See, there we go. That's the answer. Everyone get a cat. I like that. All right. How are the projects? Chime in, let me know how things are going. And in the meantime, I think it's time to talk about some Rose Path. Shannon also suggested sticky traps, catch bugs you've not seen in your house. Oh, hello. By the way, just as a little FYI, my arm is better. It still looks a little Frankensteinish, but all is good. The skin is now fine, all of that. So anyone who's keeping track of the big old bandage that covered like half my forearm, I'm all good. So we're good. Thank you to everyone who's worried about me. I appreciate that. Christine, yeah, she said, I thought you heard my studio isn't a bait. It is. Do you run a dehumidifier full time to deter the bugs? And 3 men live in my house. Guess who handles bug control? Oh, Christine, that cracks me up. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that cracks me up. We do have a dehumidifier. Yeah, we do. Or is it a humidifier or dehumidifier? You can use either, right? I think that's fine. Okay. All right, are you ready? We might as well dive in. Let's talk about the Rose Path project. It's going to be infamous from now on. I'm just telling you right now. Okay, here we go. So the Rose Path project. So let me set the scene. So I knew I was going to do a Rose Path project because my friend Sam, is Sam on today? I don't think Sam's on. But Sam from Canada had said, I think she was doing a Rose Path project. I'm like, okay, I'll jump in. I'll try some Rose Path with you. So I did a Rose Path project that lasted approximately 85 weeks. It was a very long project. I put on way too much warp. but I was thinking maybe I do some towels in it. So I picked a white, a tan, like a darker kind of a milky chocolate, and then a lipstick red. So I'm thinking these are great colors, right? Now, here's what you need to know. This is key to the story, is that the two kind of brownish colors were tubes that I got from like a yarn sale. Imagine. I think I got them from Three Moons. She had people like just dropping off. I don't know if it was a retired weaver or whatever, but she had just like cones and cones and cones everywhere. So I bought some stuff from her. And you know, when you do that, it's not labeled. It's not usually. It's not usually labeled unless it just hasn't been opened at all. So these two brown colors weren't labeled, but they look just like my 8-4 cotton, right? And I'm like, oh, I love it. It's kind of a heathery kind of whatever. I'm like, this is great. So I started to use them. Now, I did not notice when I was dressing the loom that the two browns had a little different texture. So it wasn't so hard to start to weave. And I thought, I don't think it's 100% cotton. Nope. Turns out they were not 100% cotton. Are you ready? Here is, let me show you. Okay, so here's the project. Look, this, I love like how the pattern shows. So pretty, right? Okay, look at my edges. Can you see that? Everywhere the brown is, it flares out. It's this total scallop. This, I'm pretty sure if I was a Benton woman, I would say it's linen or some kind of linen blend. Look at the scallops. Look, can you see that? It is crazy. It's like someone did a little, like a little scalloped edge on something. It is like, okay, so when I went to measure, first of all, here, I'll roll out some more so you can see some of the, look at, can you see this little white, look at the white section versus the brown section. Like the whole way. Look at that. I mean, you would have thought I was drunk when I was weaving this. Look at how it does that. It is crazy. And the difference between the width here and the width here is an inch. An inch, folks. That is how much the all cotton shrunk and the linen did not. Didn't shrink. Didn't shrink at all. Look at this. It is crazy. Can you see that? That is wild. It just the whole way through. And I was looking at it, I was thinking, okay, well, maybe I could do something like just in the middle so you don't see the edges. But these sections, total pucker, like totally pucker because they didn't shrink. And in the warp, you can see the warp is going this way, right? So I've got all white. I've got we're going to call them the infamous linen. We got the linen here. I got white. So when I was laying out the warp isn't all one fiber. It's a mix. And afterwards, I was like, okay, well, maybe that'll help me when I'm shrinking it. Nope. Look at this. Can you see? It is crazy. Look at the, it is nuts. And after all of that, honestly, that I'm like, oh, okay, I'll get creative. It's not gonna be towels now because that is gonna make me completely crazy. However, let me see if I can find a spot. What really added insult to injury is I'll be darned if that linen didn't smudge. And you know me, I always put in some Shout color catchers, always. Let me find a spot. Oh, right here. I put in 2 Shout color catchers, which didn't collect hardly any, but I don't know if you can see. Oh, you can. Do you see this right here? Total smudge. I have these weird like yellowy smudges all over the white in the whole project. Talk about a project gone wrong. Yeah, crazy, people. It is crazy. And the hand, I mean, the hand it's okay. It's all right. But the shrinkage and the smudging, total epic fail. It's just not good. Just not good. Now, what I will do, because I love like these little bits, I think are so pretty, and we're gonna be able to salvage little kind of portions of it. These will be some ornaments. I'll use some of the red, and if we can find some white that doesn't have smudging in it, we'll totally, I'll hand that over to Joyce and I'll be like, okay, do what you can. Now, it's like, oh no, it ended up being like 14 feet, I think was after it was washed. 13 feet. It's a lot. It's a lot. So if you have other ideas how I can use small portions of my disastrous fabric, you let me go. You let me know. Yes. Yeah. Okay. You guys. All right. I love all the comments that came flying in while I was doing this. This is awesome. Hello, Tiffany Chappelle or Capel. Dawn says she loves the scalloped look. Thank you. Would you like it? I'll send it to you. Shannon's liking it. Thank you. Alex says it's a design feature. It's not crazy. You planned it that way. Yes, sure. Sure, I planned it that way. Roxy says scalloped edge actually looks kind of neat, like it was planned. Thank you. You guys are the most supportive community in the whole wide world. Yeah, Apple says, yeah, you planned it. Go with it. Thank you, Apple. Anne says, looks very pretty. So it's something done by design. Yes, there we go. Roxy says, good to know that's how you would do a scalloped edge. You know what, Roxy? Thank you. That's precisely one way to do it, is to use two yarns that are going to shrink very differently. And sure enough, there we go. Linka says, I dig it though. It's a whole vibe. Thank you, Linka. Kira says, I agree with Roxy. The scalloped edge is a design feature. Yes. Let's see. Roxy says, maybe you'll be a nice table runner. Maybe. Apple says, I love how incredulous you are. Right? Linka says, the audacity. I know, right? How do I want to say it? If it wasn't bad enough that the shrinkage was weird, then I had these little smudges all over it. I was an unhappy camper for sure. I was unhappy camper. Alex says, well, darn, smudging is annoying, right? I wonder if you could just re-dye the smudge places, like cut that out and make it a washcloth or something. Absolutely. We'll talk, Alex. I'll send it to you so you can dye it for me. How's that? Tina says, don't feel bad. I purchased a tea towel that had woven lace, and it not only is wavy on the sides, but even up and down, it won't lie flat, so it's hard to fold for my drawer. Oh, Tanya, I feel you. I feel you right now. Yes. Karen says, make bags or fanny packs out of it. That's a good idea. See, another vote for a table runner. Okay, thank you. Roxy says, no one would know. That's not how it's planned. So you guys sound like you're coaching me. I love that, which is, of course, something I would absolutely say to you, which is, see, look how we all bond over disasters. It's awesome. Dawn says, I think it would make a great fancy looking table runner. I don't have a table loom though, because I have a loom there. Oh, I don't have a table. I don't have a table though, because I have a loom there. Yes. Dawn, that means you're a legit weaver. If you've gotten rid of your dining room table, so you could put a loom there. I love that. Christine says, can you salvage enough for some smallish purses, change purses? I'm guessing I can, because see here. Okay. So by the way, it took me forever to do the ends, because, you know, every time especially in this side, I haven't even cut them off yet. This is just from the washer. See all my ends I had to tuck back in, but I don't want to say lazier. That's not fair. But I started being more strategic about how many ends I was going to have to tuck in. So I started to do bigger chunks. So yes, you are all exactly right. Like I don't know if that's smudgy or not. A little bit. It's a little bit smudgy. But, you know, like this section is lovely. I could do something. Yeah, I can I'll figure it out. Can you see it though? Like it's like an hourglass. It's like a woman's figure right there. See? Lillian says, I've done wool and cotton. The felted wool over cotton is interesting. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, see, Linka was thinking change purses too, or little wallets. Absolutely, bags, purses. I love that. Thanks, you guys. Lily says, maybe a tea soak would even out the light part, so I could lean into the smudginess. Is that what you're saying? Actually put in, that's not a bad idea. See? Look at you guys. You're so supportive. Let's just say, if you could have seen me yesterday, there was a moment when there were probably, you know, little flames or smoke coming out of my ears. I am sure that was the case. So now my newly discovered linen yarn has to go in a very different category, so I do not make this mistake again. So that even though it looks like cotton, it is not cotton. Nope, not even cotton. Yeah. Roxy says, could you even cut it up? How would you salvage it? Try to sew the ends. Yeah. Here's how I would cut it up, Roxy. I like that you asked this question though. Is that I would listen to me. You guys know I don't sew. Okay, that's funny right there. No. I would hand it over to one of my seamstresses, and they would whatever side was the front side on the back, they would, by the way, the back looks a little different there, doesn't it? It's got a little different vibe to it. The pattern is really pretty. I will give it that. It's very pretty very pretty pattern. They would iron on interfacing to hold it together, and then, pardon me, I think typically they do like they serge the edges to hold it together. So they have a couple things they put in place as like checks and balances to make sure it doesn't go fraying all over the place. So yes, I'm glad you asked how you would cut it up. Now, because it's been through the washer and dryer, everything is also going to be tighter together than if it was straight off the loom. If it's straight off the loom, it's there's a better chance it's just going to kind of, I keep making this motion. It's just going to fall apart. It's just going to fly away into the universe. So yes, yes. If you guys have other tips for sewing, hand woven, let us know. Yeah. Phone cases. Yep. Christine says, can you re-wet and stretch to square in sections? I probably could, Christine, but I'm not gonna. That's thank you though. I know for I didn't come to weaving from knitting or crocheting, so I've never done the whole blocking, the wet blocking kind of stuff, but because the difference is so vast, I mean, it's an inch, folks. I measured here and I measured here, and it's a full inch. That seems like a lot. Gemma says I totally get flaming ears. What? Roxy asked if linen's hard to work with. Well, I didn't even notice really that it was linen until, no, I did. I had a hunch early. I will tell you, Roxy, thank you. That's a good question. That my experience with linen, I've had 2 experiences now with linen, and I had this one that didn't end badly. Now, here's the thing: if the whole project was linen, it'd be great. Honestly, I mean, it's a little firmer kind of texture, but linen softens the more you wash it, so that's great news. My other experience was with a Cottolin, which is a cotton linen blend. And I used them in both the warp and the weft, and I was hating life. I snapped a few in the warp, like right out of the gates. I didn't love it as a warp. I think Cottolin as a weft could be, and it could have been just a fluke. They totally could have been. But it was really one of my first experiences with any kind of linen blend. So I didn't love it. Let us know, the rest of you, have you worked with linen? What has been your experience? It doesn't have any give to it. That's part of the challenge with linen, especially if it's 100% linen. There's no stretch to it. So that's but that's a great question. Thank you so much. Lincoln says my current overshot project has me a little nervous. I'm like 90. I love this 97.45%. Sure, the wool is superwash and won't shrink or felt over much, but I was too lazy to sample. So, living dangerously. I love that. That is fantastic. Alex says, send any pieces this way. Since Amanda from Shiny Dime taught me how to dye, I want to dye all the way to my elbows every day. Alex, we're going to talk. I probably will. I'll probably send you some stuff. That'd be fun. We could have a little kind of partnership. I like that. Gemma says, I'll be doing fabric for my mom and realizing I have to do more warps to get the width for my mom. So we got cut off, Gemma. Lillian says, cut up into rectangles. Join randomly and create a blanket. Oh, give to your seamstress and turn it into a quilt. Aren't you clever? Oh, Lillian, that's a fun idea. That's a very fun idea. I like that. It's very smart. You guys are so smart. Roxy says, thank you. Just wondered, even though it's not the same, but I do not like cross stitching with linen cloth. Yeah, I totally get it. The cotton versus the linen. I totally see. Ooh, Roxy, I love some cross stitching. I haven't done some in so long, but I love it. It's one of my favorites. Lincoln says, I just did some tea towels with cotton warp and Cottolin weft, and they're so nice. Excellent. See, you're so smart, Lincoln. I think that's really one of the best ways to go, is to always blend the linen with the not in this way. Don't do this, folks. But yes, have some kind of like the warp is all cotton and the weft, like she said, is all Cottolin. That's brilliant. That's brilliant. Let's see. Yes, Gemma's still working, right? Alex says, I made a scarf with linen and I absolutely love it. Nice. I wove silk in it after I finished, and it didn't shrink. The color, I didn't run. Everything about it is delightful. Oh, color didn't run. Oh, awesome. See, I love that. Hello, EC. Seems like binding at selvages would hide the wobble. Maybe. Okay, okay, EC, thank you. I'm glad you brought that up. But here is my challenge. And you're not going to be, maybe you can see it from the side. Do you see how it puckers? Like, even though this is bigger, even then it has this, like this whole, like this block has a whole pucker to it. Because this is all linen, both directions then. So I don't know. I think it needs a lot of love. I think I'll probably keep some for me as an example to tell horror stories to the community after this. But otherwise, we'll see what we can do with it. But yeah, the puckering is another challenge because then it doesn't pucker here. See, it's not one problem, it's a whole bunch. You know, when I try to do it in a big fashion, I really go all out. Okay, so let me yeah, on that note, let this be a warning. No, no. I don't want to be a warning. I want you to dive in headlong and keep your sense of humor. That's what I want you to do. I want you to not be afraid, to use some fibers. I want you to be brave and mess up all over the place because that's the way you learn. Right? Right? That'll be our war cry for today. Do it anyways. Dive in and be brave, my friends. Jan says she bought over 85 pounds of wool fleece. So I'm spinning and dyeing it so I can weave a Hudson Bay-like blanket. Ooh, what does that mean, a Hudson Bay-like blanket? Is that a style or those colors? What is that? I like that. Roxy says, yeah, I totally did after washing. There was no pucker beforehand. Yeah, you're exactly, you got it, Roxy. All right, you guys, let me tell you about the project that is on. Is Gemma still on? Gemma, are you still here? Because this project's for you. This is for you, Gemma. Okay, so I was asking what to put on the table loom next, or floor loom. This is a floor loom. Hello, my name is Chris Acton. I'm a weaver. This is a floor loom. So I decided, Gemma called out that she was like, Crackle, we should do Crackle. I'm like, okay, let's try some Crackle. Now, here's my experience so far with Crackle. I did an overshot class at the John C. Campbell Folk School. Shout out to the John C. Campbell Folk School in North Carolina. It is a magical, wonderful place. And if you ever get a chance to go, you should absolutely go. But I did an overshot class and we did a whole series of samples. I'm gonna need to put my fingers on that. I'll find it for next time when I'm a little more organized. But I did a little bit of Crackle because Crackle is related to overshot, right? So I thought, okay, this is great. Gemma recommended Crackle. Let's try some Crackle. So here's the exciting part. So I started to look through, as you can tell, I have a number of books and I always have like 2 or 3 that I start with to just like do my research, like get my head around it. What do I need to know about Crackle, all that kind of stuff. And I started to look through those and I just didn't find anything that I really loved. So then I went, see, there's Gemma. So then I went online to handweaving.net. By the way, if you don't know handweaving.net, it is a fabulous, amazing resource, and you can totally go down a rabbit hole and get lost in wonderful weaving drafts and history, and it is just really a delightful place to live. So yeah. See, Gemma's here. She says yes. Crackle, right? Okay, so let me show you a portion. I found this pattern. And it's got to be one of the most complicated patterns I've ever done or seen or anything. So let me show it to you. Okay, so by the way, forgive my printer is running out of color, but this is part of the threading. This is kind of part of the look of it. Okay, it is ridiculous. It is crazy. The repeat. What was the repeat? I forget how many hundreds of yarns was one repeat. It is crazy. So I'm not actually going to weave any for you, but I'll show you where I am so you should get the update. So you can do Crackle a couple different ways is my understanding. So I'm playing with how to do that. Let me tilt you down so you can kind of see what's happening. There we go. We'll move you like that so you can see. So I'm using 8-2 Cotton Clouds, 8-2. So I loved these kind of colors, kind of from a purple into the blues, into the teals, into the yellows, ending with kind of a goldy kind of color, right? I was like, okay, I like those, make me happy right there. So as you can imagine, this pattern not only, of course, has a very complicated threading, has a very complicated treadling. So I am playing with how to do that. And like I said, we'll talk more about it in the very near future, but I am playing with the best way to get it to show up because I've seen places where they do Crackle and they just have like a yarn that's like the same as the warp, but I've also seen it done overshot style. That's how I know it. So that if it's overshot style, that means you have 2 shuttles. So you have one that's the same size as your warp, and you have one that's a bigger like 2 to 3 times the size. So it has coverage. So So this is a to be continued. This what we're looking at right here, my friends. There'll be much more on this. I just have to kick around some things first. So yes, you guys, I love that. You're all in favor of the colors. Thank you. Total sunrise vibe, Linka says. See, thank you, Linka. I like it. I like it. So anyways, there'll be more on this crackle. Yes, the crackle. You'll hear much more about that coming up in the very near future because, yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's, I think it's going to be really fun. It's just a matter of, keeping track because the treadling's intense. This is not ever going to be something that's going to show up. This particular pattern isn't ever going to be something that's going to show up as a weave along. It's just not. It's way too complicated. But on occasion, I think you should stretch yourself. You know, just throw in a complicated warp and weft. Yeah, both. Just do it all. Yeah. Gemma says, I see it done with a palindrome. Is that what it is? Palindrome warp and a single color weft. Yes. Yeah. That'd be fun. I like that. Hi, Lori Wood. I'm a new weaver. Welcome. But can't the fiber be washed first so there's no shrinkage problem? Here is the challenge with washing it first, my friend Lori Wood, is that usually they come in this kind of format, and that is not so easy to wash. I have never washed a fiber before I wove it. Have you guys ever tried that? I just don't know how you would get it in and out of the washing machine without having being a snarly mess. Plus, Lori, if you're just starting out, weavers need a ton. So it's not like you have a couple yards. You would have, hundreds of yards. So no, generally, I've never washed something before I did the project. Let me know if anybody else has tried that though. Why not? Gemma says she got a kid's abacus. I think that's brilliant. I think that's very charming and very brilliant. Yes, yeah. Linka says, I have a Maui live camera I leave running on my second monitor a lot of the day, and the colors remind me of about 6:30 a.m. in Maui. Aw, Linka, that's brilliant. Thank you. Oh, see, we're just going to call it the Maui Project from now on. I love that. Hello, Lori Klein. Just popped in. Your crackle is just 4 harnesses. My loom is only a 4 shaft. You're exactly right. Yes, yeah. Jennifer says you could put it in a skein like a spinner and then in a laundry bag. Okay. All right. See, here's some other ideas. This is about how to, if you want to wash it before you do the project. Linka says maybe if it was a skein, you put it in a mesh bag. See, there we go. The loaded ties. That seems like a lot of room for nightmare tangles. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know that I'll ever be brave enough to try that. Now, okay. So, but you bring up a good point. How would I avoid having the result that I had? That's an excellent point. And here's how you do it. You sample. That is what it is. Now, this project was not a custom project. It is not earmarked for something that's really important and critical and key to my well-being. It's not like that. No. It's just a project I was going to do. I thought it'd be nice to have some more towels. There's no pressure associated with this Rose Path project. If there was, I would have, if I was nervous about the fibers, pardon me, or how much they're going to shrink, or any of those things, I would have intentionally done the pattern I was going to do, maybe like a 10-inch, 12-inch square, something, cut it off, run it through the washer and dryer to discover what would happen. You sample. Yeah. You sample. That's the key. Okay. Let's finish drawing, shall we? This week in a handwoven experience, by the way, I'm gonna take a swig. Hold that thought. Hold, please. Okay, so this week on a handwoven experience, I had I did something about how to a couple methods for how to count your heddles, whatever you need for your project, because there are times like I'm using a finer yarn than I usually use. So I was like, maybe I should keep track and make sure I have enough heddles on each shaft for my project. There are times it just seems prudent just to just double check that math before you do the project, start dressing your loom, because you can do it, but it's just really kind of convoluted to try to add heddles to your shafts once you're already dressing a loom. So it's easier when the loom is empty. Anyways, that was a theme for this week, and I had a couple really cute things happen. First of all, I think it was Connie. Connie, are you still on? Connie had the best comment ever. She's like, I don't like math. I'm not going to do math. I am going to take my best guess and let the chips fall where they may. And she was like, big disclaimer, don't do this. Hysterical. Connie, you completely cracked me up. That was brilliant. And yeah. So the other thing that happened is that with each episode of A Handwoven Experience, I send out a love note, which is a free little email that goes out to my community just to say hi, and I'm thinking about you. And the love note was all about math, because that was what the episode was all about, right? And in my email this time around, I talked about, math itself. And my dad is a retired college professor, and he taught education, but specifically he taught math methods. So how to teach teachers how to teach math. That was his focus, right? So one of the things I mentioned is that we would play this game called Bizbong. And I had said in the message, a huge gold star to anyone who knows or has ever heard of Bizbong. And I'll be darned if someone had heard of it. She had heard of this thing called Fizz Buzz, which is a very closely related numbers game. And I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe that someone else had heard of this crazy math game. So a big shout out to Ruth from Nova Scotia, who knew about Bizbong, or Fizz Buzz in this case. So gold star for you, my friend. Big gold star. So, by the way, if you haven't signed up for the weekly love notes, you are invited. It just takes an email. That's all. And then I just drop you a little note and say hi, and that, thinking about you, and here's what's coming up. Lastly, if you are enjoying all of the things Acting Creative, you are invited to join the Acting Creative Insiders. It is a monthly membership, and each month the insiders get things like specific weaving tips. There's always an update for what's coming up for that month in the company, so you get kind of a behind the scenes look. There's also there's always bloopers, because I love a good blooper, and I always keep them from when I'm making the recordings. And then let's see, what is it? It's the Rug Shuttle. I think it's the ski. It's the top two tiers are all invited to a monthly small group Zoom chat, which is just so fun. We have the best time, and it's really such a nice way to get to know some other weavers and hear about what they're doing and all of that stuff. Okay, this was a good one. Boy, we covered a lot today, didn't we? Boy, I got something in my throat. So Roxy says, big nay on the pre-washing. Wouldn't it be too fuzzy? Yeah, right. Christine says, pre-washing with any fiber has felting properties will also be a nightmare. Amen. Gemma says, my kitty is sitting, looking at me, twitching her tail and big eyes, hinting it's going to be supper time. There we go. Yeah, Linka's like, yeah, yarn dreadlocks. That's not fun. Thank you, Tanya. The green M&Ms. That's part of the love note, as we talked about green M&Ms. Yes, yeah. Gemma says, me neither. I don't do math. I never trusted my counting. No worries. You know what? Your job is to find what works for you, my friends. That's it. Okay. All right. Okay. I think we did it. I think we went through our whole entire list. Boy, we solved just about all the world's problems today, and we discovered some new ones. Like, don't randomly mix cotton and linen the way that I did. See? But I have all kinds of options for how to use my interesting. I use my rose path. Thank you, Lori. Lori says beautiful shelves. Okay, you guys. Let's see. Next Thursday, I'll be right back here. So mark your calendars. Next Thursday, 9:30 Central Time. Translate that to wherever in the world you are, so that we can all hang out. And I'm gonna have some crackle. I'm gonna be cooking with gas by then. It'll be great. Oh, by the way, just a total sidebar. If you live anywhere near the Chicagoland area and you want to come see me, this Saturday I will be at Three Moons Fiberworks. She's having a female fiber exhibit. It's going to be so fun. Not exhibit, a sale, basically, is what the right word is. And it's myself and, gosh, there's like 11, 12 of us. It's a really nice group of female fiber artists. We'll all be there selling our wares and having a blast for sure. I still have to load up my table loom so that I have something to weave while I'm hanging out for the day. But come, if you want an excuse to come over and see Three Moons and say hi to me this Saturday from 10 to 4. That's the plan. Okay. All right, you guys, here's your homework for this week. Are you ready? I know you won't be surprised. Do something creative just for you. Just for you. Nobody else. Not for the kids, not for the parents, not for the neighbors, friends. Nope, just for you. Start a project, finish a project, throw a shuttle, pet your yarn, do whatever you need to do to have a little moment that you can just feed your soul, because it is all good for you. All right, sweet friends. Thank you so much for joining me. It is always a joy to catch up with you each Thursday. All right, I'll see you next week. Have a wonderful, fabulous week. And of course, happy weaving.